We're back for match number 4, tie 2 of the Vodafone Premier Badminton League, powered by Maruti Suzuki. Ko Yeon and Seong for the Bengaluru Blasters will take on Sozonov and Ivanov of the Delhi Acers. 2 Koreans versus 2 Russians. There it is, he's back on the court. What a game he had earlier in the day. Seong, of course, playing in the Vodafone Premier Badminton League for the first time, also plays mixed doubles, has announced his retirement from international badminton. Remember, he had a very formidable partnership with the all-time great doubles player Lee Yeon, who's playing for the Mumbai Rockets in the Vodafone Premier Badminton League this year. Has an excellent defense. That's his partner, Ko Hyun. What an outing he had with Siki Reddy. World number 2 in mixed doubles, very attacking player, excellent offensive style of play. Has a simple motto in life, Aparna: if you can't do it till you can.
That's a good one. And the opponents for today, Vladimir Ivanov. He's the master of the PBL format and played more matches than anyone in PBL Season 1. He was keenly sought out at the Vodafone Premier Badminton League auction, and a great team player. And why not? They've got the pairing with Sozonov. They're the current All England champions. Surprised one and all by winning that title. And mind you, they're the only current men's doubles pair featuring in this Vodafone Premier Badminton League 2017.
If you're the coach of the Bengaluru Blasters, what can you come up with this Korean pair? How do you beat these 2 giants from Russia?
I think, to be fair, Ko Hyun and Yeon have great reputations. They've both been world number 1s. And they've partnered together before they were split. So up until 2012, both of them did play together and also featured in the 2012 London Olympics as a pair. So they're going to be tough opponents as well.
The defense of the Koreans is excellent, and they will need that because Ivanov and Sozonov both are big smashers.
And I really want to see so that whether, it is going to be a very attack and defense oriented game where the Koreans go on the defense and the Russians on the attack. Or are the Koreans going to come out hitting hard?
Either ways, should be tactically fascinating to see this match.
A bit of an issue with the speed of the shuttle. We've been saying they are very quick in the stadium. The players requesting to tip the shuttles. Remember, when you tip the edge of the shuttles outwards, the shuttle does become slower.
You noticed that yesterday when we were here, didn't you, Aparna? The shuttles were moving really fast through the air. It's love all and the Bengaluru Blasters to serve. First points on the board then for Bengaluru Blasters.
Jumped a bit too early on that one, Ivanov.
However, his leg crossed the net face. It would have been a fault if the shuttle hadn't fallen down within place.
That's the defense that we are talking about. Excellent by the Koreans straight away. But an unforced error, 1-all.
I certainly believe that this match is going to be extremely interesting because of the contrasting styles of play. The Koreans very textbook in their play. 22 shots on the previous rally.
But this time, very positive start to the second game.
They've learned their lesson. They're not going to relax at any point.
That's wide. 2-1 now for Ivanov and Sozonov, early lead.
Just to highlight the playing style of the Russians, I think they're just extremely strong. May not be technically the best, but 6'6". How do you handle that?
And 6'4".
It doesn't count, does it, when your partner's that tall? It doesn't show.
That's what Aparna is talking about. Raw power, aggression by the Russians. They surprised one and all. They are all England champions. They are the ones primarily challenging the Danes in Europe.
6-1, an absolutely dominant performance.
3-2 on the last smash. Believe you me, there's going to be smashes that are way harder than that with these two on the court.
Vladimir Ivanov was one of the hardest hitters during the first edition of the PBL.
That's a close call.
What a service that almost turned out to be.
They're almost too good to be true. That's more like it. Seong and Hyun, well, they've got them moving.
They're going to see exactly where your racket position is, the Koreans.
That's in. Sozonov, an error, not happy.
What deception there from Hyun. Need an extremely strong forearm to hit a shot like that. Just look out for that. Holding it last minute over the head of Sozonov.
Amazing stuff.
And they continue where they left off. I saw you listening in very intensely to what Madhu.
Vladimir Ivanov with an uncharacteristic error. Generally, he's very good in those positions. He leapt well, saw it early, but just made an error.
He had a chance on that one. Just tried too much. Obviously acknowledging the fact that the Koreans are very good at defending.
5-4 now in favor of the Koreans.
7-point lead. It's as if they're saying, well, 4 points last game wasn't enough. We're not taking any chances.
Well, that's what he's all about. Vladimir Ivanov at the net, or actually anywhere on the court. If you give him an opportunity, he puts it away with some power.
They are working those openings
5-all.
easily. The defense of the Russians has been shattered by the Koreans.
An 8-point lead in 11-point format is huge. 331 kilometers per hour.
We're at the mid-game interval then. 6-5 in favor of Hyun and Yeon. Good start for the Bengaluru Blasters, but the Delhi Acers are a difficult and formidable pair. Ivanov and Sozonov for the Delhi Acers are trailing by one single solitary point to Ko Sung-hyun and Yeon Song of the Bengaluru Blasters. Contrasting styles of badminton here. What a game of doubles we are having. 7-5, the Koreans in the lead for the Bengaluru Blasters. It's a 3-point lead. And Jwala Gutta there, being the superstar that she is, always obliges the fans.
Ko Sung-hyun just so strong from the back. A very well-built player. Great leg strength, getting up very quickly and putting that away.
And in no time, I think in under 2 minutes since the mid-game interval, they've raced into a 4-point lead, the Koreans.
So top-class combination of the Koreans. Yeon Song, world number 1 for 104 consecutive weeks with the icon Leongdae.
It's game point then for the Koreans. 10-6 they lead. The Bengaluru Blasters have a very good opportunity to take the first game. 4 game points for them.
Yeon Song for the Bengaluru Blasters with the first serve.
Yeon Song with the serve.
What was that?
Ivanov doing what he does best. Smash right down the middle.
Did extremely well to find that center, Ivanov. Otherwise, not so simple to break through the defense. 420 kilometers per hour is what it took to get that point.
Well, it's going to take someone very special to better that. 420 kilometers per hour.
Extremely close to the world record, I may add. 421 kilometers per hour by Tan Boon Hyung of Malaysia.
They're trailing by just a point. Ivanov and Sozonov have eaten away at the lead completely. It is 10-all in the first game.
It is extremely hard to serve at this stage, but Sozonov doing extremely well. What an accurate serve.
Ko Sung-hyun with the error for the Bengaluru Blasters. They had the lead, they had the game in the pocket, but now they have to work very hard. They need 2 points, 2 clear points to win this game. That looked wide, played in, and Ivanov and Sozonov are now on game point. What a turnaround in the first game.
It's really at this fag end of these games that the combination and a set combination that matters. Look at the way the Russians played on that one.
The Delhi Acers are ecstatic. They've taken the first game coming from behind, 12-10 to Ivanov and Sozonov. The second game coming right up after this break.
बड़े बुजुर्ग कह गए कर भला तो हो भला पर ये कलयुग है कोई दिशा नहीं होती दुश्मन की भली निगाह तो आइए हम लोग भी आज से ये तैयारी करते हैं कि हम सतर्क रहेंगे बिना बताए आना आदत है खतरों की सावधानी आपकी सुरक्षा अपनों की
देखिए सावधान इंडिया अभी हॉटस्टार पर
Ivanov and Sozonov were behind in the first game, but they have fought and fought hard. They have taken the first game 12-10 against Hyun and Yeon of the Bengaluru Blasters. That's how they did it then. Jwala Gutta knows the importance of that first game. K. Manisha, Akshay Devarkar, Cyril Verma, all of them very, very happy with the way the proceedings have started.
That I would be tempted to say that if the Delhi Aces wins this match, it would be an upset of sorts. Remember, Yeon would have been world number 1 in the men's doubles hadn't he recently retired.
And what about Hyun? He's already world number 2 in the mixed doubles currently. So very, very high profile pair of the Koreans here for the Bengaluru Blasters. But the Delhi Aces have taken the first game.
Got that shuttle very quickly, the Koreans. Sozonov not able to react in time.
On a defensive stroke like the service in badminton, he can almost convert it into attack just because of his height.
He's got it over. He somehow got it over, has Yeon.
He put his entire body weight onto that stroke. Almost pushed it over. However, his leg crossed the net tape. It would have been a fault if the shuttle hadn't fallen down, hadn't been in play.
In a hurry to get the shuttle back into his court, Ivanov.
They are looking to kill this point, the Koreans. They have made the opportunity and they have taken it. Hyun, superb at the net.
Leaping up, both legs in the air. Hyun definitively putting the shuttle down.
365 kilometers per hour there by Hyun. Remember, they had a 4-point lead in the previous game as well. They blew it. But this time, very positive start to the second game.
They've learned their lesson. They're not going to relax at any point. Remember, this 11-point format, you cannot afford to relax. We've seen what happened in the first game. The Koreans not taking their chances at all.
5-0. It's 5 points back-to-back by Hyun and Yeon for the Bengaluru Blasters. Yu with the serve. And first points on the board in this game for the Delhi Aces. It's the mascot for the Bengaluru Blasters there. An absolutely dominant performance in the opening of the second game. Hyun and Yeon lead Ivanov and Sozonov 6-1 in the second game. Hyun and Yeon of the Bengaluru Blasters had the lead in the first game. They blew it. They're down 1-0, but the second game seems to be a completely different story. At the mid-game interval, they're leading 6 points to 1.
They have been exceptional this evening. The Koreans, except for the first game, if you can just forget about it.
And they continue where they left off. I saw you listening in very intently to what Madhumita Bisht had to say, Aparna. Please tell our viewers what it was all about.
Well, from what I could gather, Madhumita Bisht was telling Ivanov and Sozonov to play either softer or play over the heads of the Koreans as they were pressing into the net.
But 1 point is all they need, and they've got 5 in the bag. 5 match points.
It's 8-1, a 7-point lead. It's as if they're saying, well, 4 points last game wasn't enough. We are not taking any chances. 7-point lead this time.
The Russians fighting hard. Almost a deja vu of game number 1 in this match. 4 points. Yes.
They are working those openings far too easily. The defense of the Russians has been shattered by the Koreans.
An 8-point lead in 11-point format is huge. 331 kilometers per hour smashed by the Koreans.
Service error.
He tried for an ace on that one almost.
They have been dispelled. The Koreans have been unstoppable. The second game was utterly dominant. The third game, the decider, 11-6 in favor of Seong and Yeon.
Nera on the net. Well, they're just allowing the Russians to breathe a little in the second game. They've been relentless. Still a 6-point lead.
An uncharacteristic error there.
Oh, that's class by Seong. Alert at the net. They've taken the game with such ease here. 11-3. In an 11-point format, that is just absolute domination. Ivanov and Sozonov, after a very good first game, have it all to do in the decider. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break. Well, there was a blip by the Koreans in the first game. They lost it 12-10 in favor of the Russians, but make no mistakes. Second game belonged to the Koreans through and through. 11-3. Completely dominant, Aparna.
They've written a different script to the match. A bit of an eye-opener after losing the first game.
Seong for the Bangalore Blasters with the first serve. Oh.
What was that? You don't see serves like that often. Ivanov completely caught unaware.
India versus England 3 ODI starts 15 January live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar. This broadcast is co-presented by Hyun Amazon.in, Maruti Suzuki, Raymond, the complete man.
They are moving so well, the Koreans, and look at that defense. That's what we were talking about. And they've killed it. They've got the measure of the Russians completely here, and Ivanov and Sozonov will have to dig up something very special to beat the Koreans.
They've certainly found the right tempo, the Koreans. Trips or not, doesn't matter. They're gonna win the point anyway.
December to 28 January, live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar. This broadcast is co-presented by Amazon.in in association with Manforce Condoms.
It's Seong at the net. It was good defense by him, but this time Sozonov makes sure he gets the point.
That's really what the Russians need to do. They need to create openings and get those big smashes in. There's really going to be no other way for them to win this match. 261 kilometers per hour. Hard hitting by the Russians.
Good return by Sozonov. They're making the Russians move a lot, but this is much better by the Russians. 2-all it stands.
The Koreans are actually finding space, doing extremely well for the Bangalore Blasters. Russians just about keeping pace. 2-all.
It's an error there by the Russians. Ko Sung-hyun and Yeon for the Bangalore Blasters are back in the lead. Slender one, Jwala Gutta can barely watch.
Yano Jorgensen doing a bit of commentary of his own there.
It's 4-2 now for the Bangalore Blasters.
Disappointed with himself, Sozonov, muttering away.
She really covers the court, but she's a fun player to watch. She's a defender, so she will get a lot of shots back. She's a runner and a hard worker, so she'll keep fighting as much as possible.
How good is the defense? Forcing the error from the Russians. Even a player like Ivanov is absolutely flustered. This is world-class defense by the Koreans.
He hit that shuttle almost under the net, did Ivanov. That's the kind of pressure the Korean defense puts on you.
Yeah, they like what's happening. Ko Sung-hyun and Yeon after a blip in the first game, taken the second game by the scruff of its neck and are leading in the third.
Really the unforced errors, 12 of the Delhi Aces to 9 of the Bangalore Blasters.
Sozonov very alert at the net there.
Ko Sung-hyun on the ground after that rally. Good play by the Delhi Aces.
Vladimir Ivanov with the serve.
His height is a great advantage on the service. On a defensive stroke like the service in badminton, he can almost convert it into attack just because of his height.
This is much better by the Russians.
Better body language as well.
Just a 1-point lead now for the Koreans. Look at that. Sozonov creating the point. Ivanov finishing it off.
In a hurry to get the shuttle back into his court, Ivanov.
Getting good depth on those shots, and that's what you have to do.
It's another error. The strings have snapped on Ivanov's racket. And the South Koreans, well, they are doing their bit for the Bangalore Blasters. At the mid-game interval, they are in the lead, 6-4 against Ivanov and Sozonov. Well, Ivanov and Sozonov had a good first game, came back after trailing, but since then, it's been all Bangalore Blasters.
Well, the last point, it was very unfortunate for Ivanov. He could have put that shuttle away if not for his racket string snapping. I think they still stand a chance to the Delhi Aces, just 2 points adrift. Need to play that attacking style, and also the body language I think will be very, very important. Can't slacken for even a bit.
After the breaks, Aparna, the Koreans are very, very aggressive. After every break, they go into 3, 4, 5-point leads.
And I love to see the way they're smiling through the match, clearly enjoying themselves.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Ivanov and Sozonov tied at 1-all with Ko Sung-hyun and Yeon Song of the Bengaluru Blasters, and they are trailing in the deciding game. Whenever we come off a break, the South Koreans race into a lead. Will it happen this time as well? (7-4) then. (8-4). This is exactly what we had predicted at the back of the break. The South Koreans are very, very strong. 4-point lead.
Well, we have a birthday boy in the crowd. What a way to bring in your birthday with super badminton like this. The Koreans looking formidable. So confident. The tie score stands 3 points to 1 in favor of the Delhi Aces.
So she really has to look for the back line.
They have been exceptional this evening. The Koreans, except for the first game, if you can just forget about that. Since then, they have been unstoppable.
That match point now. 6 match points for them.
That's a really good net shot from
Great play by the Bangalore Blasters.
Unfortunate error there. He knows it, Ko Sung-hyun. But 1 point is all they need. And they've got 5 in the bag. 5 match points in the bag for the Koreans.
They're almost there. They've almost made it for their team, the Bangalore Blasters.
But the Russians fighting hard. Almost a deja vu of game number 1 in this match.
4 points yet to cover for the Delhi Aces. It's going to be a long shot, but never say die.
Yeon Song to face. And they've done it. They have done it. If you had any doubts after the first game, well, they have been dispelled. The Koreans have been unstoppable. The second game was utterly dominant. The third game, the decider, 11-6 in favor of Ko Sung-hyun and Yeon Song. They've done it for their team. The tie score stands at 3-2 in favor of the Delhi Aces. We are going into the final match of this tie. All smiles then for the Korean pair of Ko Sung-hyun and Yeon Song. Gautam Sudhir, he's happy, cheering up his idols team. And that's the tie score then in tie 2 of the Vodafone Premier Badminton League. The Delhi Aces are leading, but the lead is only of 1 point. They lead the Bengaluru Blasters 3 points to 2.